If you don't make the hard choices now, someone you leave behind will have to do that for you. And that's a tough burden to bear.
Yeah, I've got first-hand experience of this when I had to clean out my parents' home quite a number of years ago, all by myself, and it was not a fun experience.
If you're in the 50 plus bracket, this video covers 5 hard truths about decluttering and downsizing that you need to know. If you're new here, we're Ange and Sporty. Welcome to Mostly Mindful,
where we encourage Gen Xers and beyond to live simply and age with intention.
And if you're not new here, you know the drill. Truth number 1. The longer you wait, the harder it gets.
Stuff brings up a whole lot of emotions, and as you get older especially, there's nostalgia attached to it, and it just makes letting go so much harder.
There are also possibly, depending on your situation, physical limitations for decluttering and downsizing.
Yeah, because maybe if you're a little bit older, you find it hard. But the thing is, procrastinating actually makes it worse. Remember, your future self will be affected by what you keep now, because what seems manageable today might not be in a few years' time.
Truth number 2. Your kids don't want your stuff.
No, us Gen Xers are in a unique position at the moment where we're dealing with aging parents and the stuff that goes with that, and the fact that our now grown children don't want the things that we spent so much time collecting when we were younger. And I mean, let's face it, our generation did a really good job of collecting and buying, and like we're just, I think we're like a bit of a stuff generation.
Well, I mean, the saying, the person that dies with the most toys wins, I think that came from our era.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not something to be proud of now.
But something to keep in mind.
Yeah, definitely think about it. Like, you might love your stuff so much, but that doesn't mean that your kids want it. So that's worth thinking about.
Yeah, definitely. Truth number 3. If you don't change your habits, clutter will creep back in.
This is a mindset thing. You can't just clean out your house and then expect everything to be fine. You have to figure out why you're collecting that stuff in the first place. I mean, I've watched videos of people online where they actually admitted how they would declutter, drop it at the thrift store, and then just as fast go back to Target or Walmart or wherever and buy more stuff, because you're obviously trying to fill a void.
Yeah.
So you need to figure out what that is.
And remember, storage boxes don't actually solve the problem. They just delay the decision.
And I'm going to put a link in the description, because I found a TED talk that said clutter is nothing more than delayed decisions. It's such a good talk. Yeah. So I'll definitely include that.
Truth number 4. You might not get the money you expect from selling your things.
This is interesting. So there's the emotional attachment and the actual value of something. And again, this is really pertinent for us as Gen Xers, because we've collected all this stuff. So maybe you've got LPs or, vintage Barbie dolls or, I don't know, Matchbox cars or something. And you think one day you're going to sell them and you're going to get a fortune and retire to Bali. But the hard truth is there might not, there's a maybe that you could sell it for that, but probably that's not going to happen, because you've blown it up in your head and you think because you collected it and you saved your pocket money that it's now worth a fortune.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that's not going to happen, and you need to think about that.
There's a good chance you might not even be able to sell it.
Yeah.
So that's something to keep in mind, and then don't hang on, declutter. And truth number 5, decluttering now means more freedom later.
Yeah, I mean, again, this is something I've seen a lot on YouTube with older people saying how decluttering has helped them live a more free and easy life. And we know that as well. Like we started our downsizing journey back in 2008, and we've paid down, and we don't have anything really holding us down. So our next plan is to start van life, and it's only possible because we've let go of the stuff. Otherwise, we wouldn't even be able to consider it.
And I think also the cool thing about having a goal like that is it actually, you think twice about buying things and you do declutter along the way, because you know when it's time to make that move, you don't want to spend 3 days, a week or whatever getting rid of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to make a quick move.
Yeah, declutter now, more freedom later. It's a no-brainer.
Surprise! We've got a bonus truth for you. If you leave it too late and you let others do the decluttering for you, there's a very good chance that it won't be disposed of mindfully.
Yeah, and again, this ties into what I said at the beginning with my experience with my parents, because there's a number of reasons for this. If you dig your heels in and refuse to acknowledge that you need to declutter, and you either shuffle off or you have to be put in a retirement home or something, somebody else, one of your family members, is left with that, and they probably don't have the time because they've got their own work and family commitments. They don't have the mental bandwidth because everyone's crazy busy nowadays. Plus, there is going to be some resentment attached to that, and I know that was the case with me. I mean, I loved my parents dearly, but it took me a while to move past my irritation at what I had to go through and then get back to, oh, they were amazing and, you know, all the good
Still
stuff.
love them.
Yeah, but there was a point in between there, but to the point of this point, all these points, I don't know that I did that good of a job disposing of stuff mindfully. I recall sending some things to second-hand shops, and I gave some of the furniture away, but overall I did not do a good job.
Yeah.
You know?
Take action now. Your future self, as we said before, will definitely thank you, not to mention your loved ones.
Yeah, them and the planet. What's cool though is I remember we've had a number of comments from viewers who said that they have already downsized for precisely this reason, to not leave their loved ones burdened with stuff and to make sure that things are disposed of mindfully.
Yeah. Remember, decluttering isn't about depriving yourself. It's about making space in your life for things that really matter, like the happiness of your family and your future self.
And the environment. But most importantly, your future self. On a serious note, you will be so much happier if you start this decluttering journey, and you can start it small and ramp it up as you go.
Yeah.
And if you need help, we here, the community is here, ready to cheer you on and offer advice and anything else to make the journey easier.
Yeah, so get in touch if you need to.
We should start a decluttering hotline. Anyway, we digress. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to help our little community grow. And like the video, leave a comment, all that good stuff.
Share with all your pals.
Yep. Until next time, keep it simple.
Keep decluttering.
And age with intention.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye. Bye.
See you soon.
Bye. Bye.
So remember, decluttering isn't about depriving yourself. What is it?
It's about making space.
What is it for?